Have you or someone you love been thinking about moving into a nursing home? On the surface, it may seem like a safe, supportive place, a new chapter filled with care and community. But many seniors who've already made that move are now looking back with deep regret. Why? Because there are hidden truths about nursing homes that no one talks about until it's too late. In today's video, we're going to reveal 6 shocking realities that countless older adults only discovered after they had moved in. These aren't rumors or scare tactics. They're real-life experiences shared by seniors who now wish they had known more before making such a life-changing decision. If you're over 65 and considering long-term care options, or if you have aging parents and want to help them make the best choice, this video is for you. We'll walk you through each eye-opening truth, from loss of independence to emotional challenges that often go unseen. Stay with us until the end, because knowing these truths now could save you years of frustration, loneliness, and heartbreak later. And if you've already moved into a facility and feel something just isn't right, this video might help you understand why. Let's get started. Point 1. Loss of independence. The silent shock of nursing homes. For many seniors, the biggest surprise after moving into a nursing home isn't the food, the routines, or even the other residents. It's the sudden and overwhelming loss of independence. At first, the idea of having help with daily tasks may sound like a relief. After all, who wouldn't want support with meals, medication, and laundry? But what many seniors quickly discover is that this convenience often comes at a cost they never expected: the loss of personal freedom and autonomy. Simple decisions, like what time to wake up, when to eat, or even how to arrange your room, are often dictated by staff schedules and facility policies. Seniors who were used to managing their own day-to-day lives suddenly find themselves needing permission for things they once did without a second thought. Want to go outside for fresh air? You might need to wait for someone to escort you. Feel like staying up late? That might not fit within the facility's bedtime routine. This shift can be emotionally jarring. For decades, these individuals have lived independently, raising families, managing careers, paying bills, running households. To go from being in charge of their own life to being part of a system where rules govern everything from meals to medication times can feel like a loss of identity. Many describe it as being treated like a child again, told what to do, when to do it, and how. Worse still, this change often happens quickly. One day, a senior is living at home, perhaps with a bit of assistance. The next, they're moved into a facility. And within weeks, their world is transformed into a cycle of regulated routines. For those who pride themselves on self-sufficiency, this can trigger feelings of helplessness, frustration, and even depression. Of course, some structure is necessary for safety and care. But when routines are rigid and residents have little say in their own daily lives, the sense of freedom can fade fast. That's why it's crucial to ask detailed questions before moving into any facility. What freedoms do residents have? Can they personalize their schedules? Are there flexible options? Losing physical independence is one thing. Losing the freedom to make your own choices is another entirely. And it's a truth many seniors wish they'd understood before signing the dotted line. 2. Feeling forgotten. The quiet loneliness no one warned you about. For many seniors, one of the most painful truths about life in a nursing home isn't just the loss of independence, it's the deep, quiet feeling of being forgotten. When you first move in, friends and family may visit often. There are phone calls, cards, and promises to come by again soon. But as the weeks go by, the visits become fewer, the phone stays silent, birthdays are missed, and little by little, you begin to wonder if anyone remembers you're still here. This feeling doesn't come all at once. It creeps in slowly. You sit by the window, waiting for familiar footsteps. You glance at the clock, hoping someone will call. Days blur together, and even in a place filled with people, the silence of being unseen becomes overwhelming. You start to feel more like a memory than a person, someone others once loved but now rarely think about. It's not always intentional. Life outside keeps moving. Your loved ones get busy. Children grow up. Careers shift, and the rhythm of your world no longer matches theirs. But that doesn't make it hurt any less. In fact, many seniors say the emotional pain of loneliness in a nursing home is far worse than any physical discomfort. And it's not just about missing people, it's about missing purpose. Feeling needed, being included in life, in decisions, in conversations. When that fades, your sense of self can begin to disappear too. If you're considering a nursing home, ask the hard questions. What programs are in place to keep residents socially connected? How do they encourage family involvement? Will you be part of a community, or just a name on a chart? You deserve more than just care. You deserve connection. Because growing older shouldn't mean being left behind. It should mean being honored, included, and remembered. 3. Loss of purpose. When the days start to feel empty. One of the hardest parts about moving into a nursing home isn't the food or the routine. It's the quiet feeling that your life no longer has a purpose. For decades, you had responsibilities. You raised children, ran a household, showed up to work, helped neighbors, cooked meals, gave advice. You mattered to people. Your presence made a difference. But now, in the halls of a care facility, it's easy to feel like all that has faded. In a nursing home, many daily tasks are taken over for you: laundry, cooking, cleaning, even medication schedules. While that might sound helpful, it can also strip away the small, meaningful moments that once gave your days structure and purpose. You wake up and wonder, what am I needed for today? And too often, the answer is nothing. That sense of purpose is deeply human. We don't stop needing it just because we grow older. In fact, studies have shown that seniors who maintain a sense of purpose through hobbies, volunteering, mentoring, or even setting small personal goals, live longer and feel happier. Without it, each day can begin to blur into the next. Time feels slower, life feels quieter, and it can lead to sadness, anxiety, or even depression. It's not about doing something big. It's about having a reason to get up in the morning. Maybe it's tending to a plant, writing letters to your grandchildren, joining a group activity, or helping another resident feel seen. These small acts remind you that your presence still matters. Before moving into a nursing home, ask, what opportunities will I have to stay involved, creative, and engaged? Will there be meaningful activities? Or just scheduled entertainment? Can I still make a difference? Because no matter your age, you still have something valuable to offer. You carry wisdom, life stories, and quiet strength that others can learn from. You deserve more than just a bed and 3 meals a day. You deserve to feel needed, seen, and purposeful. 4. Accelerated health decline. when your body slows down faster than expected. For many older adults, one of the most painful surprises after moving into a nursing home is how quickly their health starts to decline. You may have expected to maintain your strength, mobility, or independence for a while, but instead, your body begins to slow down faster than you imagined. What changed? It's not always about illness. Sometimes, it's the environment itself. In a care facility, life becomes more passive. You may walk less because meals are brought to you. You might sit more because there's no need to cook, clean, or run errands. Over time, this lack of movement takes a toll on your muscles, balance, and energy. You lose strength not from sickness, but from inactivity. Daily stimulation also matters. At home, you were used to making small decisions, chatting with neighbors, staying mentally alert. In a nursing home, when everything is scheduled and predictable, your brain doesn't get the same kind of workout. That mental slowing down can lead to forgetfulness, confusion, or even early signs of cognitive decline. Then there's emotional health. Feeling isolated, bored, or no longer in control can affect your motivation to stay active. Depression in seniors often goes unnoticed, but it's a real concern, and it can speed up physical decline. When you stop feeling excited about each day, your body tends to follow. Of course, nursing homes try to provide care and stability, but it's important to understand how the environment may affect your health over time. If you're already noticing that you're weaker, less alert, or more tired since moving in, don't ignore it. Talk to your care team. Ask about physical therapy, group exercise, or walking schedules. Stay involved in decisions about your routine. Your body is still capable of strength, healing, and energy, but it needs movement, stimulation, and purpose. Don't let the structure of the facility become a reason to stop trying. Fight for your health, your independence, and your vitality, because no matter your age, you deserve to feel alive, not just looked after. 5. Loss of privacy and dignity, the hidden cost no one warns you about. One of the hardest adjustments seniors face in a nursing home is the loss of privacy and dignity. At home, you could close your door, take a quiet moment, or handle personal care the way you wanted. But once you move into a facility, your personal space often becomes shared, and your private moments are frequently interrupted by staff schedules, roommate routines, or safety protocols. This loss can feel deeply personal. Imagine needing help with bathing or dressing from someone you barely know. It's not just physically uncomfortable, it can feel emotionally vulnerable, even humiliating. Many residents report feeling like just another task on someone's checklist, rather than being treated as a person with dignity and preferences. Simple routines, like using the restroom in peace or choosing when to rest, can be disrupted by a knock on the door, a staff member entering without waiting, or a roommate's TV on late at night. Over time, these small invasions add up, and you begin to feel like your life is no longer truly yours. Even medical conversations that used to be private might now happen in shared spaces or with multiple people listening. This can lead to a sense of exposure, as if your health and body are no longer under your own control. It's not that the staff don't care, many do, but when the system is built around efficiency, your personal needs can get lost in the shuffle. And when that happens, it's your sense of self that suffers. That's why it's so important Before moving into any facility, to ask hard questions. Will I have a private room? Can I lock my door? How are personal care routines handled, with respect and discretion? Do I get a say in who helps me? And when? You deserve more than just care, you deserve respect. Dignity isn't a luxury, it's a basic human need. And the moment it starts to fade, so does your sense of independence and identity. If you're already living in a facility, don't be afraid to speak up. You have the right to privacy, to be treated with care, and to feel human every single day. Point 6. Once you move in, it's hard to get out, a reality few talk about. Many seniors enter a nursing home thinking it's a temporary solution, just until they recover from a fall, manage a health issue, or regain strength. But what many discover too late is that once you move in, leaving becomes incredibly difficult. What begins as short-term care often turns into a permanent stay, whether you planned it or not. Why does this happen? Because the longer you stay, the harder it is to regain independence. Physical strength can decline, routines become familiar, and your confidence in living alone starts to fade. Families may become used to the idea that you're safe and cared for, making them less inclined to support a move back home. And if your finances or Medicaid are tied up in the facility, getting out can become not only emotionally, but financially complicated. Some residents report feeling trapped, not because the care is bad, but because the system makes it hard to step back into independent living. Even if your health improves, you may find that transportation, housing, or home care options are limited or unaffordable. The structure that once offered support can quietly become a cage. What's worse, few people talk about this before the move. You might be told, you can leave anytime. But the reality is far more complex. Paperwork, regulations, medical assessments, and family dynamics all come into play. And for many, the effort it takes to leave feels overwhelming, so they stay, even when their heart longs for home. That's why it's essential to think carefully before making the move. Is it truly necessary? Have you explored all home care alternatives? Is there a plan in place to reassess after a few months? If you're already in a facility and thinking about leaving, know that you're not alone, and that it's okay to want your independence back. Speak with social workers, family, or elder care advocates about your options. Because no matter your age, you deserve to have a say in where and how you live. Your story isn't over, and your next chapter could still be written on your terms. Final thoughts. What every senior deserves to know before making the move. Now that you've heard the 6 truths seniors often wish they'd known before moving into a nursing home, take a moment to reflect. This isn't just about facilities, rules, or routines. It's about your dignity, your freedom, your purpose. Losing independence, feeling forgotten, facing emotional emptiness, declining in health faster than expected, struggling with privacy, or finding it nearly impossible to leave once inside. These are not small matters. They touch the core of what it means to live with respect and agency. No matter your age. That's why making the decision to move into a nursing home should never be rushed. Ask the hard questions. Explore all your options, from in-home care to assisted living. Talk with loved ones, and most importantly, listen to your own inner voice. You know what kind of life feels right for you. And if you're already in a facility and something doesn't feel right, it's not too late. You still deserve joy, meaningful connection, and the freedom to make choices about your own life. Growing older doesn't mean giving up control. It means growing wiser, knowing what matters most, and refusing to settle for anything less than dignity, care, and peace of mind. If this video helped open your eyes or gave you something to think about, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Golden Years Wellness. We're here to share real stories, trusted advice, and uplifting content for seniors who want to live fully, freely, and with purpose, every single day. Because your golden years should still shine.